Good morning. This is going to be the second video for the 6th of November. I'm labeling it B. And the title is Special Video: What We All Can Do Now. I often feel frustrated, just as many of you do. I look at the world and wonder how we can heal it, how we can heal ourselves. Something inside of me realizes that we have to come together. But how? What can we do to turn things around inside and out? I'm doing this special video following a time of prayer to the Creator within creation. Please consider what I am sharing. Yesterday, somebody commented that they'd like me to do more than just one video a day. And there have been a few times that I have done a couple of videos in one day. This is one of them. There was dialogue in the last couple of videos, seeing me as putting blame out there on somebody else, or even out there on God. And that's why I emphasized this morning that I'm praying to the Creator within creation, within me, the God in me. The new covenant that I think is so critical to understand is that it's not going to be an external law anymore. God promised to make a covenant with the house of Israel, the Prince of God. That's how I learned it anyway. And that new covenant was that He was going to write His law in our hearts, in the fleshy tables of our hearts. He was going to rise up within us and pour out His Spirit upon all flesh. All flesh. All flesh. I say it 3 times because I want to emphasize that just as all have sinned, this is a promise to redeem that by pouring out His Spirit on all flesh, being within all of our hearts, the fleshy tables of our hearts. And that was in my mind as I was visualizing people all over the world. And I was encouraged not only to pray for those that I know and that I've asked for prayer, but to pray for family names like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Bushes and the Clintons, and the families in China, the Lees, and other families that have played an influential role in creating the system that we have known, the system that I'm going to rightly call financial tyranny. That financial tyranny is something that I've been trying to expose for a long time. And I've been asking people to stand with me, and in your local area to stand with your brothers and sisters that are suffering at the hands of financial tyranny being administered through the courts, through the banks, and through a system that is simply built on fraud and lies. That's the truth. But people are frustrated and say, Ron, what can we do against this beast? It's so big. I feel so helpless, and I would rather just hide my head in the sand and focus on things that I want than to try to fix something that I feel helpless to be able to fix. And that's why I'm doing this video. Not everybody can do what Jesus did, turning over the tables of the money changers that were even in the temple in Jerusalem in His day. We can't all do that, but we do have to take action. And the first action I think we need to take is to really humble ourselves before God, before the Creator, and ask for that outpouring of the Holy Spirit the spirit of wholeness to be accomplished, to bring about that wave of energy that creates a transformation that takes place within creation, within humanity, within the hearts of those that are high and those that are low, those that have done good and those that have done evil. We need to have a transformation of the heart, because without that, nothing can change on the outside. No matter what we do on the outside, nothing can change. Now, it's still important, as I see it, to make people aware of the lies. But the truth is, we can transform this if we will open our door, open our hearts, open our minds, open our lives to allowing the Creator to come in and sup with us, to have fellowship with us inside of our being. I've experienced that in my life, but sometimes I get focused so on what's going on in the world that I forget to go into my own garden, the garden within my heart, and to feel the peace. I can't say that I experienced that in a depth this morning like I've experienced it at other times in my life, but I have experienced what it's like to know the Creator, to feel the intimate love and connection, and to be able to see, even if only for a short time, through the Creator's eyes of love. And so I'm asking all of you, even if you're an atheist, look, we're here, we're alive. There's an animating force that's within creation. Something animates us. I don't care what you call it. I don't care what names you use. I don't care even how you do it. But ask whatever that animating force is to make itself more real inside of you and inside of the people whose lives touch your life, and inside the hearts and lives and minds of those who seem to control things in the world. People have questioned me about the ambassador, as they questioned me about Swiss Indo, as they questioned me about Rusa. So few of my friends in the local scene are willing to even get involved. They've looked at me as crazy for a long time, and I have felt their judgments. Even those that loved me judged me. And I'm not throwing rocks at Margie. Some people say, why are you attacking someone that has loved you and with great wisdom? She does have great wisdom, and I'm not attacking her, but she is representative to me of the whole community that has turned their back, it feels like, on me, even though I have served the community faithfully for so long. And that's not denied. But as my friend Steve wrote, but you come across with anger. Well, of all, this is why Margie was so significant, because of all the people in the community. She has led the very workshops that have demonstrated again and again the importance of expressing anger, expressing rage, expressing the hurt and the pain that has been repressed for so long. Because underneath that, with that expression, we uncover the love that is also within us. We can't get to the love until we deal with the overlay of anger, the overlay of suffering, the overlay of pain that we've all experienced on our human journey. It's so important that we allow the healing to start to take place within us. That's what we can do. We can ask for the Creator of creation, the Father, the Mother, our Father, our Mother, to work inside of us, to transform our hearts, to transform and renew our minds, to lift us out of the despondency and the despair and the feeling of frustration that we all feel as we realize that the world is not what we would like it to be, as we see all of the horrendous activities that are taking place on the face of the globe. And we need to pray not just for those that are suffering, but for those that are causing the suffering. That was what was driven home to me this morning as I pray. Now, by the way, when I pray for people, some people are on that I have on my prayer list, I don't have a clue what they look like, but I actually visualize their face. And so Facebook to me is important, that you use your face, that you put your face there, because I look at the face. Like there's people on my prayer list, there's a handful of people on my prayer list that I have no clue what they look like. They're just a name, and it's hard to visualize just a name. But that's what I was doing in the case of, again, the Rothschilds. I don't know what all the Rothschilds look like. I don't know what the Rockefellers look like. I don't know what the Lees look like. I don't know what these families that have controlled the world of finance, I don't know what they look like. But the tyranny has to stop. And it can only stop by a transformation of the human heart. It can't be imposed from outside, because that's how it's always been done, and it doesn't work. That's why there has to be a new covenant. And it's not a covenant of religion. It's not a promise of some specialized belief system. It's a general promise to all flesh. All flesh. I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. And you will dream dreams and see visions, but mostly you will be transformed. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. I'm quoting what I know. But I listened to Bill Donahue yesterday, and he was comparing Krishna from the Bhagavad Gita and Jesus. It was quite interesting. Folks, it's beyond religion. The answer is beyond religion. It's beyond politics. It's beyond money. It's beyond anything we've known. And it has to be within us. And so I'm praying, and I'm asking you to pray for the fulfillment, however God brings it about, of the new covenant, writing his laws in our hearts so that we can understand that we are interconnected, so that we can understand the importance of love, so that we can understand the importance of being angry at where we've been and releasing that anger and finding underneath the love that transforms. Let that love burn away the dross. Open your heart, your mind, and simply ask. This is probably the most important prayer of any prayer that we can pray. Fill me with the whole Spirit. I want to say whole without the holy, because holy is a word that has been abused. It's the whole thing, or it's not anything at all. It's everything, it's all. It's inclusive, it's not exclusive. It doesn't separate, it brings together. We need to enter that Spirit and let that Spirit enter us. It needs to be within us, and we need to be within it. Pray for that. You can do it. And when you see injustice in the world, stand up for truth. Stand with those that are being abused by the system. Pray for the police. Pray for the judges. Pray for the attorneys. Pray for the bankers. Pray for those that have been caught themselves in the financial tyranny of our world. Pray for those that have abused others. And often they have been ones that have been abused themselves. Ask. Something inside of me said, Ron, this is the prayer I want the people to ask for. Ask for the fulfillment of the new covenant in you and in the world around you. And be willing to take action. It's not just passivity, but do what you can do with those that are in your world that are standing up for the world and the values that you want, that you know we need. The values of true family, the values of true principles, true values. That's all I'm going to say for now. Thank you for listening to this special video, which I will put up as soon as it's finished processing. And I have a video later to do with Aristo. I'm going to do one with the ambassador, and I think I'm going to do one with the ambassador and Aristo together. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to lay them all out, but those are things that I plan to do in the next couple or a few days. So have a beautiful day. Namaste.